Hello all, Christina here. Welcome back to another Oxide ink blending video. Today our color focus is a Villainous Potion, which for as much as I love this color and I adore it, I'm surprised it's taken me so long to do these ink blends. And I know some of you have been asking in the comments for Villainous Potion for quite some time. So here we are. And just as I anticipated that I would love these ink blends, I most definitely did, including this first one, which includes Shaded Lilac, Villainous Potion, and Black Soot. This is like the perfect purple dramatic ink blend. I absolutely love how each one of these colors blended into each other. The Shaded Lilac into Villainous Potion. Oh, it's just blissful. I love kind of like that cool, uh, kind of faint purple going into a very intense cool tone purple. So pretty. And then from Villainous Potion into Black Soot, it's just as luscious. I love it. It's such a dramatic blend. It's so moody. I adore it. I can't say enough good things about it. Now, just like I've said in previous videos, I'm using juicy ink pads that have just been re-inked, so these colors blend really seamlessly. And if you have any trouble blending these colors together, do yourself a favor and re-ink your ink pads, and you will be pleasantly surprised with how easy these blend after the fact. I'm also using the newer-ish domed blending foams from Ranger. I'm slowly switching over all of my individual blending foam colors to the domed blending foams. I think they just blend a little bit easier than the flat circular ones. Moving on to the second blend for today, and this is the most beautiful berry blend. You've got that raspberry to a little bit more of like a purpley grape color, and then straight into an intense dark purple grape. These three colors together just remind me of berries and grapes. And it's not for any surprising reason. It's just purely the colors. I love, well, okay. So my favorite distress colors, it's always been sort of a fight between picked raspberry and seedless preserves. They're kind of duking it out. And neither one of them really wins over the other, except for the fact that I think I use seedless preserves more than any other color. Well, besides maybe like mustard seed, because that's kind of like my favorite go-to yellow. But this like reddish violet shade, Seedless Preserves blends so well into so many different colors. I use it for a lot of really colorful sunset blends because that deep shade just, anyway, I should stop. This is not a video about Seedless Preserves. This is a video about Villainous Potion, which has a very similar quality, I think. This was my first time breaking out my Villainous Potion Distress Oxide ink pad. In fact, I had to take the plastic off of it for this video. I don't know why I didn't break it out earlier. I think I just haven't explored all the different options of each new distress color yet. I was lucky enough to receive a box with everything for each color from Simon Says Stamp. Big thanks to Simon. And I know I tried out the original Distress ink in Villainous Potion, and I also tried out the re-inker of the original ink, and which I loved painting with. I'll try to remember to link to a video up here in the corner where I painted with Villainous Potion. Oh, my word, you guys. It is the most luscious, intense purple as a regular ink color. As opposed to this oxide. I should try painting with the oxide re-inkers because I think I would have a similar experience. But anyway, this blend here, if you saw my previous video using, let's see, it was Prize Ribbon. This is almost the exact same color combination with Villainous Potion swapped in. I loved that blend. So many of you loved that one in the comments too. And I didn't remember that I had used mustard seed into ripe persimmon until I started blending this. And I was like, wait a minute, that's really similar because I remembered how much I loved that mustard seed to ripe persimmon. And so I thought, you know what? instead of coming up with something different, I'm going to go ahead and do this blend and see how going from Ripe Persimmon to Villainous Potion, what color that results in. And it was a beautiful kind of a dark maroon that I think looks fabulous. And it gives it just a different tone as opposed to that one from using Prize Ribbon. So let me know in the comments, which do you prefer? Do you prefer the Villainous Potion version or the Prize Ribbon version? I think both are, both have their merits. This last blend is just super fun. It makes me think of summertime, and I don't know, I think using Twisted Citron always gives me summertime vibes because it's kind of like a neon green almost. And I really love Twisted Citron into Peacock Feathers. It's one of my most favorite blends because they just go together so, so nicely. And Villainous Potion into Peacock Feathers is another one of those blends that's very surprising that it actually works out well. You wouldn't think it would work as well as it does, but it's beautiful, one going into the other, and it really surprised me. It creates a really nice blue shade where they meet, and I love getting like 2-for-1s with these ink blends where they blend together so nicely that it creates a third color in between. So just like I've done in previous videos where I've showed all the blending, I did go back and forth between the colors to get a really seamless blend. And in areas where one color starts to take over the other, you're going to see an example of this right here. I'm putting more Peacock Feathers down and it starts to push Twisted Citron out. Like I'm going to lose a lot of that Twisted Citron. So I'm going to go back and forth between the colors to try to get a good blend. I believe I swapped to the Twisted Citron foam here. And then I'm going to go back to Peacock Feathers and kind of get that color back in there and push the purple more to the edge and then kind of swipe back and forth. So there's not as much purple on this one just because of how it blended, but I still think it's absolutely beautiful. So here we are. We're going to see all 4 ink blends on screen. This is Villainous Potion. I hope you guys enjoyed this ink blending video. Just a reminder that you can head over to Instagram and look at the hashtag Christina's Oxide Combos to see this exact graphic you're seeing on screen here. So you can save it to your phone or for later. And that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure if you use any of the ink blends that you include that hashtag Christina's Oxide Combos with your work when you share it on social media, just so we can all see your work and see what you're doing. Thanks so much for joining me today. I will see you on Friday for another live video at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. See you guys then.